It was a hot and humid morning in Guam as usual. But something was different at Andersen Air Force Base. The airmen from the 865th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron and the 21st Airlift Squadron were moving faster, more focused. They weren't just going through the motions, but conducting an aircraft clean, a contingency procedure rarely seen in public. This clean wasn't just about dusting. It was an internal code word, moving a giant C-17 cargo plane from parked to ready-to-fly mode in a matter of minutes. A readiness exercise designed for the worst possible scenario, a surprise attack. The C-17 Globemaster III is the backbone of the United States Air Force's strategic airlift. With the ability to carry more than 77 tons of cargo and take off from short runways, it is an irreplaceable aircraft in a crisis scenario. On Guam, every C-17 is not just an aircraft, but a symbol of America's power projection capability in the Pacific. The 861st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron is responsible for keeping the aircraft in top condition. They are the first to touch the aircraft before and after a mission. Meanwhile, the 21st Air Transport Squadron is the air traffic controller on the ground, ensuring cargo, crew, and takeoff are ready. In this scenario, the two work hand in hand. Every second is a rehearsal. Every movement is part of a grand plan. Here's the procedure. Chocks are removed, wheel restraints are removed. The ground power unit is shut off, and the aircraft's internal systems are turned on. The maintenance crew performs a quick check of the fuel, hydraulics, avionics, and flight control systems. The loadmaster ensures cargo is securely strapped and weight distribution is correct. Meanwhile, the pilot and co-pilot run through the emergency checklist, checking only critical items. The goal is one. In no time, the C-17 is ready to roll onto the runway. Intelligence that morning indicated suspicious activity in the waters around Guam. While there was no immediate threat, security protocols dictated full preparedness. This is why exercises like this were crucial, to ensure that if a threat did occur, these strategic cargo aircraft wouldn't be stranded on the ground. Speed doesn't mean compromising safety. Every crew had practiced this procedure countless times. They knew exactly where every bolt, every switch was. As soon as the pilot received clearance from the tower, the throttles could be pushed, the flaps would be in the optimal position, and the C-17 could be heading toward the end of the runway, ready to take off in a matter of minutes. In this particular exercise, the scenario was a surprise attack. Sirens blared, and emergency messages blared over the base speakers. Everyone knew it was just a drill, but they acted as if it were real. The first C-17 began rolling, followed by the second and third. This was a concrete demonstration. Even in the worst-case scenario, this fleet can get airborne before it's too late. To the public, exercises like this may be just routine. But to the military, it's a statement. The message it sends to potential adversaries is clear. Our strategic aircraft never sleep. Our crews never let their guard down. Even in quiet Guam, readiness is always number one. With this lightning cleanup, the C-17 Globemaster III is not just ready to fly. It's ready to carry equipment, troops, and diplomatic messages wherever needed. The 861st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron and the 21st Airlift Squadron have demonstrated that readiness is not a slogan, but a reality. And for anyone paying attention, this exercise is a warning. Don't underestimate America's rapid response capabilities in the Pacific. Every aircraft has a soul. That soul is the crew that operates it. Behind the throttle of a C-17 ready to take off are pilots who have undergone extensive training. They are not just machine operators, but also decision makers under pressure. The technicians of the 865th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron are the ones who ensure every system is running flawlessly. The loadmasters and members of the 21st Airlift Squadron ensure cargo and route readiness are always in place. They train for months for scenarios like this. There are no dramatic heroics. There are routines executed flawlessly. That's what saves lives and keeps these aircraft in the air. The C-17 Globemaster III's advantage lies not only in its size, but also in its adaptability. Its 4 Pratt & Whitney F117PW100 engines provide 40,000 pounds of thrust each. With thrust reversal and large flaps, it can take off and land on shorter runways than other cargo aircraft in its class. In the emergency scenario at Andersen, this capability meant faster air travel, less time as a target. Andersen Air Force Base in Guam is no ordinary base. It is the focal point of American air operations in the Western Pacific. It is from here that strategic bombers, tankers, and heavy transport aircraft operate. In the context of rising regional tensions, Andersen is an unsinkable aircraft carrier. The C-17 clearance procedures here are part of a broader plan to maintain readiness. Contingency protocols are designed to answer a simple question: what do we do if an attack comes now? The answer is to move, not wait. C-17S must be able to transition from parked to ready-to-take-off status in minimal time. Every crew knows their role, and all procedures are designed to minimize bottlenecks. The result? These strategic aircraft will not be idle targets. To outsiders, it might look like a routine activity: technicians, pilots, and ground support vehicles milling around on the apron. But to those in the know, this is a high-level exercise. Exercises like this are conducted periodically to test not only physical speed, but also communication systems, fuel logistics, and coordination with ATC and regional commands. Every readiness exercise is also strategic communication. The message doesn't need to be officially announced. Foreign intelligence will see and take note. They'll know that at Andersen, the C-17 is not just ready to fly tomorrow, but ready to fly now. This is the essence of deterrence: prevention through real readiness. For the crews on the ground, this exercise isn't about politics or headlines. For them, it's about professionalism. "We hope we never have to do it for real," said one technician, "but we have to be ready if it happens." This attitude reflects the ethos of the U.S. Air Force: ready anywhere, anytime. This kind of preparedness has a psychological effect. Allies feel safer. Potential adversaries think twice. Even civilians in Guam who see these aircraft every day feel an extra layer of protection. This exercise reminds us that beneath the routine, there are emergency response mechanisms always ready to go. The C-17 Globemaster III has proven itself in numerous real-world operations, transporting troops and equipment to war zones, evacuating civilians from Kabul, and bringing humanitarian aid to disaster areas. The cleanup exercise at Andersen is just one piece of a larger readiness, a readiness that has been tested in real situations. Behind the media and political glare, there is a daily reality. Preparedness is hard work, discipline, and repeated practice. The 861st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron and the 21st Airlift Squadron at Andersen demonstrate that readiness is not a slogan, but a habit. And it is that habit that becomes the first line of defense when a real threat emerges. To understand why this lightning cleanup is important, we need to take a closer look at the heart of the aircraft. The C-17 Globemaster III is designed not only as a large cargo carrier, but also as an aircraft capable of moving quickly in hostile environments. Its digital avionics allow the crew to receive real-time route updates. Its fuel system is designed for rapid refueling. Even the cargo door can be opened and closed while the aircraft is moving to expedite loading. In the next scenario of the exercise, the sirens wail again. This time, the simulated threat is more realistic. Radar detects an approaching enemy. All communications switch to code red. Aircraft undergoing the cleanup procedure must immediately complete a checklist. The cargo door is closed and the engines are fully started. The ground crew retreats to a safe zone. This is the essence of the exercise. ensuring that even in chaotic situations, the process continues smoothly. This cleanup exercise does not stand alone. It is part of a broader strategy called dispersal, the distribution of aircraft to various points to minimize losses in the event of an attack. By moving the C-17 into a takeoff position and then taking it airborne, the U.S. Air Force ensures that its strategic assets are not concentrated in a single vulnerable location. Guam is the midpoint between Hawaii and East Asia. From here, it's relatively easy to reach the South China Sea, Japan, or Korea. This makes Andersen Air Force Base crucial in any scenario involving the Western Pacific. The C-17 clearance exercise sends a broader message. America can move strategic logistics anywhere in the region on short notice. Exercises like this test not only machines, but also people. Waking up before dawn, working in the tropical heat of Guam, the pressure to avoid mistakes, it all drains energy. But the crews know these exercises save lives. They train so that when the real thing happens, their bodies and minds are on autopilot. The 861st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron and the 21st Airlift Squadron are just two pieces of a larger puzzle. Air traffic controllers, fuel controllers, base security, and regional commands are also involved. A C-17 cleanup exercise is an orchestration that requires a clear score to ensure all players are in place at the right time. History shows why this preparedness is crucial. From the massive evacuation in Vietnam to the post-tsunami humanitarian operations, cargo aircraft are often the first and last resort in a crisis. The exercise at Andersen isn't just a show of force, but rather a learning experience to be better prepared for the future. Now, this exercise is supported by modern technology. Technicians use tablets with an app that includes a digital checklist. Aircraft status data is sent directly to the command center. This speeds up the cleanup process because there are no more scattered papers or lost communications. Everything is in real time. Every time an exercise like this takes place, military analysts in the region take notice. Allies feel more confident in America's commitment. Potential adversaries read the message, "We are ready." This is the power of soft power born of hard power, visible readiness.